before, 3 candidates. Now 4 candidates are on the set of the Means Report as we profile the gentleman in District 8. All of them will be, well, one of them is going to be a brand new commissioner because the incumbent, Jimmy Smith, is done due to term limits, and we appreciate his service for sure. Let's begin by meeting all 4 of these candidates, and as we did last segment, allowing them to just make a brief opening remark. And we'll begin with you, Alan Tanner, just to tell folks who you are and briefly why you decided to run in the 8th District.
When I entered the Metro Spirit, I saw a lot of what was going on in Augusta that I didn't like. I've decided if I win, I'm going to be a full-time commissioner.
A full-time commissioner. All right. Tom Cobb is our next candidate in District 8, and Mr. Cobb's going to tell you briefly why he's running.
Again, I'm Tom Cobb, run for the 8th District, and same thing as Wayne and the rest of them are Alan and all of them are talking about here. We'd like to make sure that the 8th District has a committed representation for the entire district, making sure that we keep our best interests and we can get some development and growth out into the 8th District and improve the overall living condition and everything for the people that live within the 8th District.
Yeah, growth and development. I do want to touch on that, Mr. Cobb, as we go on. But continuing with our introductory statements, our next candidate is Doug Lively. Mr. Lively, tell folks why you're running.
Brad, I think you're going to hear about the same thing from each of the candidates. District 8 needs better representation. We need a stronger voice. My focus is a little bit different in that I think we need to market that area as a bedroom community for Augusta and get folks moving out there. That's going to broaden our tax base, and then we'll have more tax revenues to be able to do other things in the county with.
All right, our final candidate in the 8th District today is Wayne Guilfoyle. Mr. Guilfoyle, introduce yourself, please.
Brad, thank you so very much. My name is Wayne Guilfoyle. I'm running for the District 8 County Commission seat. Blythe, Hetsborough, McBean needs a voice and representation, and I'm already listening to the concerns of the people. I'm actually doing the old grassroots system, knocking on doors, and actually you can hear the people's concerns. And I do want to represent, I do want to be a voice for our District 8.
Let me ask you this, and we'll start with you, Mr. Guilfoyle. That's one of the first impressions that people get when they come into Richmond County, is the 8th District. One of the first places they drive through coming north. How can we improve it? How can we make it a better place and make it a better first impression of the Garden City?
Well, actually, our roads are naturally overgrown, got trash on it. I say, let's implement the prisoners. We already tried to do that for the schools, but naturally with the children in the school, it was not a great idea, but we can implement them to keep our roads clean, which is nothing wrong with that. As far as jobs, I'm all about creating jobs. And with jobs, pushing for our local government to do jobs on a local level, from a qualified architect, general contractor, all the way down to landscaper, what we're going to do at that moment, we're going to create jobs, we'll create growth at that point, and actually people will be able to buy the houses and support our local businesses.
Mr. Lively, let's talk about this bedroom community concept that you have. For other viewers, should we picture maybe a Martinez type situation if you're picturing Columbia County? What would it be like in comparison to the big Augusta being, of course, the central city in Richmond County?
Excellent question. And actually, you talked earlier with the District 4 candidates about infrastructure, and we do not have sewer south of Spirit Creek. So what that's going to do will drive home builders to go to lot sizes that are an acre or better. It's very similar to the growth that we saw in Evans, and it's moved on up Washington Road, but we'd like to do that in South Augusta in a controlled manner. What that's going to do is attract middle to upper middle class residents to move out there. That's going to add tremendously to our tax base. Another thing, too, that we want to do, Brad, is promote a program called Shop South Augusta. We need retail out that way, and the only way we're going to do that is, one, to increase the population, but second is to vote with our dollars and keep those dollars south of the Gordon Highway. Then we'll get some attention from the grocers and from the retail chain restaurants.
What are some improvements you'd like to see, Mr. Cobb, as you go forward and if you got the chance to represent the 8th District? How can we make that place better?
Same thing we're talking about with the growth and development stuff there. Without having jobs, there will be no growth. In order to make sure that the residents and people in our area can afford to build a home, buy the land and stuff, we have to have jobs in our area here. Whether in the 8th District or any district within the county, that would be a plus for us. So we need to work very hard to improve the availability of jobs for everyone that's working within our county.
How can we make some of these, Mr. Tanner, ideas come true? How can we get the attention of local and state leaders and get those dollars directed to the 8th District and make it a better place to live and to shop?
Well, you know, Doug talked about a bedroom community, $200,000, $300,000 homes. But you have to have jobs to afford those kind of homes, okay? And you can't do that over a restaurant coming in. We need industry out our way. Okay? We got a 1,700 acre industrial park. Talk about sewer, it's got water, nothing's on it. But if you're a big company and you watch the TV and see our commission, how they act, it would scare me too. We got to have big business come out our way. We've got the room for it, and we need to fix our highway. Mike Paget Highway is a death trap.
Yeah, we hate Mike Paget Highway because of that. Mike Paget Highway, one of the dangerous roads, one of the most dangerous roads in the CSRA, and we all wish that cars would slow down there, trucks would slow down there, and people would be safer. Let me ask you this, because of course we're tight on time as we were with our previous candidates, and we'll start with you, Mr. Lively. Let's talk about the ability to get along with other commissioners, because you can't fix District 8 by yourself. You're going to have to build coalitions on the commission and work with your colleagues. How can you do that? Do you know those people?
Absolutely, and Brad, if you look geographically and if you use the term South Augusta, south of Gordon Highway, there are already 6 commissioners who own or have real estate that they represent south of the Gordon Highway. So we've got to work together with those folks to pull them in, to let them see the vision. You know, Augusta has invested a lot of money in tourism type attractions. The T-Center is one. Well, that's one of the industries that suffers the most during a tough economic time. So if we can get them to share that vision to grow Augusta's population, then I think it'll be easier to get them on board. Now, there is a little bit of a sticky point in that we've got 2 sitting commissioners that have endorsed one of the candidates in this race, and that makes it difficult, and it's not usual business to do that. So that'll be a hurdle that we already have to overcome going in.
To tell the viewers who you're talking about so they'll be informed as well.
I believe that Joe Bowles and Joe Jackson have endorsed Mr. Guilfoyle.
All right, Mr. Guilfoyle, you're my next candidate to ask a question of anyway. So my question is, how can you get along with people and on the commission to get things done? And if 2 of them have already endorsed you, I guess you're going to get along with them just fine.
Yes, sir. Brad, one thing, I'm actually a business owner in construction, and the only success that I have from my business is getting along with others, able to talk and actually keep our jobs going. As far as the endorsement, I'm proud to have it. There's nothing wrong with having an endorsement from Joe Bowles and Joe Jackson. And I actually get along great with Alvin Mason and Corey Johnson.
Okay, so you have relationships already?
Yes, sir.
On the commission?
Between Grady and Sean, I get along with them both.
Let me ask you this, Tom, you're next. Your ability to work with those commissioners, that's all people want in Augusta anyways, for the commissioners to get along and accomplish things. Can you do that?
I've served as mayor of the city of Blythe for 3 terms. Prior to that, I was on the Planning and Zoning Commission. I've worked with every mayor, commissioner that we've had in the government since Mayor Charles Devaney until present date. I've worked with every county commissioner that we've had up until today. I've worked with every department head that we have in Augusta up until date, dealing with the SPLOSH referendums, dealing with our fire department support, Chief Willis, Ronnie Strip. I have the experience of working with every one of these individuals in the past, and that will continue.
Alan Tanner, last word to you. Do you know anybody on the commission? Can you get along with them if elected?
Well, I spent a year at the Metro Spirit covering. I probably know them better than anybody.
All right.
And I've been pretty loud in what I think is going on around here, but I have taken no money from anybody. Wayne's took $250 from Joe Bowles and Joe Jackson. So when you go in there, he owes them already. I mean, he's got a $20,000 war chest. Somebody's got to be paid back sooner or later.
All right, thank you, Mr. Tanner. Mr. Guilfoyle, he did say something about you. I'll give you 2 seconds. Do you owe those guys something because they gave you $250?
No, I take it as they believe in me.
All right, listen, we appreciate it so much. Sorry about the quick time. But as I said last time, folks, thank these 4 gentlemen because they took the step and hit the campaign trail, and they're running for what they believe in so they can represent you in District 8. Don't forget to vote on November 2nd. The Means Report continues in just a second with information on how you can shape a future episode. Stay with us.
The model year-end sales event only at Fairway Ford.
Discounts up to $5,000 on new Rangers from $13,888.
New Rangers, $13,888. All we do is discount Fords. Fairway Ford, Evans.
Bob Queen takes pride in his work for many reasons. He manages Aiken's only comprehensive cancer treatment center, where sophisticated technology provides the latest radiation therapies, where chemotherapy is based on national protocols, and patients can participate in clinical trials with other top centers in the country. But the source of his greatest pride? Seeing all the former patients who attend the center's annual picnic, year after year after year, Aiken Regional. It's different here.
Fairway Ford's model year-end sales event.
Discounts up to $4,000 on Ford Focus from $14,900.
$1,000 bonus cash for credit union members.
Focus, $14,900. The CSRA's new volume dealer, Fairway Ford, Evans.
All right, everybody, don't forget to send us your veterans photos. We need pictures of soldiers for our Veterans Day broadcast, active or previously active. Send them to mwilson@wjbf.com. Same way, if you want to keep up with the Means Report, just email us. Marlena's address, my address. We thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to vote. Have a great week.
Our jaws went to Central America.
Places like Honduras and Guatemala.
Some guy in El Salvador